All right, how you doing? I am actually just going to start inking a page of my comic. Let me switch over here to my view mode. And while I do this, hold on, something happened.
Deep under St. Michael's Church here
So
in Dublin,
what I'm going to be doing, and that's why I'm going back here, I'm going to be listening to an episode of Suspense, an old-time radio program. And it's in the later years, so it kind of sucks. But it's fun to listen to. It's like crappy radio horror. And I'm going to do that because it's only a half hour long. I only want to spend a half hour a day working on this page of my comic. So let's do that now. Let's see if it plays the audio now. Of course it doesn't. Let me start it again. Here we go.
And now,
there it is.
Now I'm back to this. Calculated to keep you in suspense.
See, told you, it's suspense.
In a moment, Act 1 of Devil's Stone,
So
starring
this
Christopher Carey and Neil Fitzgerald,
is
and written especially for Suspense by Jonathan Bundy.
For the third
This portion of Suspense is
comic
brought to
I'm
you by the
doing.
makers of Parliament cigarettes.
Ooh, Parliament.
Listen,
Wait, that's-
more and more people are smoking to this tune every day.
Parliament gives you extra margin. Parliament gives you extra margin. The filter's recessed and made to stay neat and clean. Quarter inch away. Parliament gives you extra margin. Parliament gives you extra margin. You're
kinda
smoking
digging
neat.
this
You're smoking clean with
theme song.
Parliament today.
That sucks too. Oh my god. There we go.
My name is Martin, Timothy Martin.
Hi,
I live
Martin.
here in Dublin, and very nicely too, thanks to a considerable inheritance and sale of the family estate in County Kilkenny, which brought a very good price. I have a comfortable cottage, a faithful manservant by the name of Evetts, and everything else I need to live an easy, contented life, and without the need of applying myself to any sort of labor. Even my financial matters are no bother to me. They're handled by a penny-pinching old solicitor by the name of Ian Carney. And mine was a contented life. Until, that is. Until a long-forgotten uncle died and left me some property he'd owned but never lived on up in County Fermanagh near Inniskillen, a place known as Devilstone. And then... but let me digress for a moment. I should say, let me seem to digress for a moment. And remember this, please. For it may have much to do with the strange, terrifying tale I'm about to tell you. Deep under St. Michael's Church, here in Dublin, is a crypt. It possesses most amazing properties. In it lie scores of bodies in a state of perfect preservation.
Oh, it made it sound like he buried them. Never mind, it's a
The old
crypt.
ones used to say it's due to some wondrous form of black magic. But modern science, modern chemistry, has exploded that ancient belief. Has shown that certain gases generated by the unusual composition of the dark, dank earth in which the crypt is located, those gases have produced this amazing phenomenon. Very well. Now, a few days ago, I called Mr. Carney, my solicitor, on the telephone.
I've been hoping you'd call me, Timothy. I wish to speak with you about that house and property in County Fermanagh that your uncle left you.
Well, I've certainly no desire to move away from
Saints
Dublin,
be
Mr. Carney,
Gorda.
so I've decided to rent out the old place.
Rent it out?
And why not, sir?
You really think you can?
Well, I'm quite certain I can.
I doubt it.
Well, as a matter of fact, an American couple by the name of Stoker left here only yesterday for a look at it.
I see.
I expect they'll be back here a moment now.
So he's wearing a big monocle here.
Timothy, you,
Monocle,
showed them
right?
the
That's
pictures
the
and
one
description
glass?
of the place?
Yesterday morning. They were so intrigued by them, they were all for signing a lease
Like
then
Mr.
and there.
Peanut and the
You'd better to have taken their money and let them do it, my
Monopoly
boy.
guy wear?
Aye.
I'm sure I don't see why. Well, surely they're entitled to look at the place over before they take it. After all, Mr. Carney, never having been there myself, there wasn't too much I could tell them about Devilstone.
Exactly as it should be, Timothy.
Well, I'm afraid I don't understand you, sir.
I mean that now, my boy. You will never rent it to them, nor to anyone else who goes there.
Why not? Now, why'd you say that, Mr. Carney? Well?
You don't know?
Well, of course I don't know.
Then perhaps your tenants, I should say erstwhile prospective tenants, will tell you, if you ever see them again.
Now, what do you mean by... Oh, excuse me a moment, Mr. Carney. Yes, what is it, Evans?
I beg your pardon, sir, but there's a Mr. Stoker here to see you.
Stoker?
Yes, sir. And if I may say so, he appears to be quite excited about
I do
something rather angry.
Hello?
Shall I tell him you're busy and suggest he see you another
It's funny.
time?
Yesterday,
Yes?
my
No,
inking
Everett, have
was
him come in, please.
going really well, and today I feel like I have no
Oh,
control
sorry,
over the
Mr. Carney,
pen.
but I have someone here to see me.
No, about Devilstone.
I think I'd better call you back.
Very well, if you like. But there is something about Devilstone, its history, that you might not be cognizant of.
All right, well, I'll get back to you shortly.
Timothy!
Goodbye, sir.
Well, at least you didn't try to skip out on me.
Mr. Stoker, how
That's
are
too
you? Nice
thick
to
of
see
an
you
arm.
again.
Oh, it is, eh?
Did you and your wife get over to look at Devilstone as you'd planned?
We certainly did. And by heaven, Martin, if this is your idea of some practical joke...
My what?
Sending me alone to that ungodly place would have been bad enough. But my wife...
I'm
Martin,
going to
you
draw
ought to be
this
horsewhipped.
differently.
Oh, wait, please.
I'll have you know that as a result of your having let her go there, you and your twisted sense of humor...
What?
What is the matter with you, anyway? The poor woman nearly went out of her mind.
Mr. Stoker,
She still hasn't recovered from it.
So he's supposed.
Sure, I got her back to Dublin all
So
right.
he's supposed to be
The doctor's
threading a
ordered her to
needle.
bed.
Why do I keep
Give her
making that
strong
pinky so
sedatives.
darn large?
Now, I warn you, young man, if she doesn't recover
No,
completely...
just a minute, Mr.
Oh,
Stoker.
don't bother, Martin. The less you say, the less I have to see of you from here on out, the better. Here are the keys to that place.
No, look here, Mr.
Goodbye, Martin. If I ever see you again, it will be in a court of law.
Believe me, Mr. Stoker, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you so upset about?
Oh, you
A
don't, eh?
straight line
You
from
mean
that
to say
to
there's
what
something
he's
wrong
sewing.
with Devilstone?
And do
Gotta
you
move
mean
that.
to say that you,
Snap.
the owner of it, don't know?
Oh, snap.
You don't know what, sir?
You don't know that that ungodly place is haunted?
What?
You heard me. Haunted.
There. Haunted.
Could I possibly have heard right, sir? Haunted. Was that what he
Haunted.
said? Mr. Martin? Haunted.
Yes, that's what he said.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. Oh, I beg your pardon, sir. But really, it's too amusing.
Perfectly all right, Everett. You go right ahead and laugh, and I'll join you. Well, that's about as an absurd excuse I've ever heard.
Excuse me, sir. You don't think he meant it?
But the Devilstone is haunted? How could he? Haunted houses went out of fashion 100 years ago. No, Everett, it was simply a silly excuse for not leasing the place. Well, now that he and his wife have had a look at it. But what an excuse. Does he think that we Irish are nothing but a lot of stupid, superstitious idiots?
Quite right, sir.
What?
I mean, of course not, sir.
Well, anyhow, it's completely
Yeah.
ridiculous. So we'll simply forget it. Forget about the Stokers. Place an advertisement in the papers and find ourselves some other tenants.
Yes, sir.
Maybe we'd best reduce the rate on it a bit. Perhaps that's what scared them off.
No, that could be, sir.
Or who knows? And perhaps Devilstone isn't in as good condition as we've been led to believe. But can you imagine anyone coming up with an excuse so patently absurd, so
Oops.
completely asinine?
Pay attention
and
to
so
the other
utterly
lines,
foolish,
Tom.
And expecting us to believe him, to take him seriously.
Yes? What is it, sir?
Efforts. The truth now.
Yes?
Do you believe? Do you think? Possibly. Oh, no. No, of course not. It couldn't be. And yet, could that have been what Mr. Carney was talking about? Or at least implying?
Mr. Carney, the solicitor?
Yes.
But Mr. Carney seems to be a man of good sense.
He was so definite about it, though. When he told
Here-
me
here's
I
a
should
funny
let them
thing
do what they
about
wanted after they saw the pictures,
Old-time radio
sign a lease
programs
immediately.
when I
Before
listen to
they
them.
even
When they do
started?
accents,
Yes.
I
They
feel
would
like
have
I don't
would
know
have
why,
signed and paid
but
a
I
couple
always
months' rent
block
to
it out
Mr.
of my
Carney,
head.
I
So
was
like
wrong
I
about
only
letting them
hear
do it.
maybe half of what
Not
they
getting
say
what I
just
could
because
immediately.
maybe because it
But that
seems
would have
like
would it have been completely
when they used to make you watch
ethical now?
plays
You
in
mean if
school,
something is wrong with the place?
they always did
haunted?
accents,
No,
and I'd be
no,
like,
of course
oh,
not.
this thing.
Ridiculous.
Oh, of course.
And yet,
I don't
Well,
know.
there's one
Maybe
way to
that's why,
find
but
out.
I've noticed that I always
Shall I bring the
block it
card to
out when
Mr.
they're.
Carney?
no.
doing
By doing
accents.
that, I'd be admitting that I might believe in such ridiculous possibility. No, Everett. You and I would drive up to Devilstone and we'll investigate ourselves.
Capital, sir. A splendid idea.
You like it, eh?
Well, never having seen the place either of us, and after Mr.
All right.
Stoker's reaction to it,
So-
it might be quite exciting, sir.
It's too long.
Let's see now. If we leave right away, we should be able to reach Devilstone by nightfall.
Yes, sir.
So fetch the car and a couple of flashlights, too.
Very good, sir.
And perhaps I'd better take along a pistol just in case. And of course,
What, sir?
well, to conduct our investigation
All
in
right.
a ghostly place and style, we'll
So
take
that
along
guy's drawn.
one of the dogs with us. Say, Red Kim of Heatherscote.
An excellent
Now I
idea.
got to draw the
Now let's
monster.
get
So
underway.
Yes, sir.
the basic concept of this. Let me switch this quick so I can turn off that background music. And there's apparently a helicopter going overhead. I don't know if you can hear that. So this comic is, like I said in the beginning, it's the third book that I'm working on. And right now there is one that I've released on Amazon. I got a link below in the video, but they are, it's essentially like the old 70s comics or ones that you'd get at a drugstore where it was just, they'd feature characters and there'd just be like dumb short stories where like one of them is just picking on the other or tricking the other. But the concept of this whole thing is that it's a world of monsters and humans are the things that scare and, I want to say go after, well, kind of go after them, but basically mess with them. The humans are like the monsters and the monsters just live normal lives and everything's just like, hey, we're monster people. Monsters? You know what I mean. So anyway, I just wanted to give some background on what the heck I'm actually drawing here.
Well, come along, you two.
Oh.
Come on.
He's protesting rather vehemently, sir.
Ooh, that was hard.
We'll just get him inside and we'll close the door.
Yes, sir.
So we've got a dog or a werewolf.
What the devil's the matter with you? Oh, come now, boy. Are you a dog or a mouse?
Thank you.
Most certainly is frightened of something, sir.
Yes. He doesn't look like a ghost hunter crouched down there in the corner that way.
And if I remember the pictures correctly, this door here should lead to a small, enclosed court, sir. And my word.
It's just another night bird, Everts. Don't let it bother you. Now, do you mind telling me why did you do that?
I beg your pardon.
What? Why, you're still over there at the door. And yet, I distinctly felt something or someone bump against my shoulder.
And I thought someone walked on past me.
Oyster choice to choice.
Look here, Mr. Martin.
Yes? What is it?
In the mud, out there in the court. Shine your light on it, sir, where mine is.
Why, yes. Footprints.
Why, yes.
Big ones. And fresh.
Funky fresh.
You see, more of them are being made even as we look at them.
No.
Maybe.
Yet there's no one there to make them.
What?
Impossible.
I know, sir.
But you're right, Evans. You're right. Back inside now, and quickly.
Yes, sir.
Now, whatever is making those footsteps can't follow us.
It does feel a bit safer in here.
No wonder Kim is frightened. With things like that going on. But why? And how?
Too thin. Nothing's impossible. I taught my dog to say I love you.
Well, if they have any oil in them. And it shouldn't take us long to find out if they... Oh, now, wait a minute. Now, what are we acting this way for?
I don't know.
It's trickery, that's all it is. It's trickery.
By whom, sir? And why?
Well, that is something we shall have to find out. Now, where is Kim?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is, still in the corner.
Sick with fright. Do you suppose, sir?
No, nonsense. Whoever it was that scared Stoker and his wife out of here is trying to scare us now. And I mean to find him out.
Much too thick. There we go.
But the dog, sir.
Meh.
And if it's true about them and that there is a ghost...
Nonsense.
I'm zoomed in too much.
We'll just look about here. Where? Now what's the matter?
That door.
That's
At the
too
other
big.
end.
Grr.
Behind you. It's opening by itself into a small room beyond.
Good. Then we shall start our investigation in that room. Well, are you coming?
Yes, sir.
Oh, clumsy. Now you dropped your flashlight.
I didn't, sir. I didn't.
Huh?
It was knocked out in my hand.
Oh.
It what?
Honest it was, sir. I swear it, sir.
Now, Everts, don't be silly. Go on back in there and get it.
I really rather not, sir, if you don't mind. Oh, the door.
That looks awful.
It's closed by
Go back to
itself.
do those legs. I think I went
now
too
we're
far in the
locked in.
body.
Oh, we are, eh? Who did this? Who closed this door? Who's there? Who's there, I say?
Same one.
What?
Same thing.
What are you talking about?
The same thing that struck your shoulder, that made the footprints in the mud, and that frightened poor Kim so badly.
Ah, why do I keep
And frightened
slipping?
you, too. But I say it's trickery. Trickery. It has to be. Who's doing this? Answer me.
Let's see how that looks
Answer me.
further away.
You'd
Oops. Somehow I undid it. Yeah, I think that looks all right.
You'd best be gone.
His hand
Yes.
is much too fat.
Yes. Yeah, I guess we'd better.
Yes, sir.
No. Not a bit of it.
Please, sir. Please, in the name of heaven, sir.
No. We're going to stay right here, Everts, until we find out. Yes. Be gone. No.
The whole thing again.
Not until we learn just what's going on and... Where's that voice coming from? I've tried
Still don't like it.
warn you.
Please, sir.
They've tried to scare us, that's all.
Whole
Tried
stupid
to
thing.
scare us. Yes. Yes. So that you'd leave this place. Why? Because if you do not, you will suffer the same fate as the dog. Kim?
As the dope?
Fate? What are you talking about?
Ooh, excuse me.
Look, sir. The door is opening.
Yes, look. In the light of the flash that was dropped in there. Kim!
Instead of erasing it.
Everts. Kim is dead.
Then, Mr. Martin. Oh, please, sir. I beg of you.
Who did this?
Your mom?
Who did this?
Your mom.
Show yourself. Yes, I will show myself.
All right. Now I need to do
What?
word bubbles.
Look, sir. Out of thin air.
Yes, I see him.
Mr. Martin. Mr. Martin.
Yes. All right. We'll leave. Come along, Everts. Come on.
Take up the whole top.
Yes, Mr. Carney. I thought at first it was trickery or perhaps some kind of joint hallucination by Everts and myself, induced perhaps by the gloomy atmosphere of the old house and whatever it was that Stoker had said about his wife and her being so terrified.
No, my boy.
But when it
Stoker?
actually happened, that he actually appeared there
Bram
before
Stoker?
us out of thin air, this misty, tenuous, impalpable figure. And then when we found there wasn't so much as a little mark on Kim, the dog, who up to that moment had been as healthy as I. But why didn't you tell me about whatever it is in that inhabits that place when I talked to you on the phone?
I tried to, Timothy, but you cut me off. And after all, I'd known about it only as a legend from hearsay.
And he was a huge man and powerful, this ghost.
Yes, I should say it was Jason O'Flynn, your
Ah.
ancestor, who built the
Redo
place
that
for his
whole thing.
wife. It was to have been her castle.
Was?
Yes, but the first day she sought to enter into it, she fell, tripped upon the threshold, she struck her head, and she never regained consciousness.
I see.
The doctor was summoned, did all he could for her, there in a smaller room off the main salon.
Yes?
But she died that night. And then Jason O'Flynn swore by the book that no one would live in that house but he, until his body turned to dust.
That
He
one.
walked out of that little room then,
Monster
and was never
one.
seen again. And ever since that time, but now you know the rest.
Wait.
Yes?
What?
Until his body turns to dust.
His own words.
And he wasn't seen to leave.
No. What are you thinking of, Timothy?
I'm going back there, Mr. Carney, tomorrow in daylight. I just don't get it.
I certainly found no signs of hollow walls or
Trying to
hidden
decide
panels on
whether
the
or
floors
not I
above,
want
sir.
the bubble to
And yet, Everett, somewhere close to that small room.
Just go behind him.
Don't you think
that
it's
might
best
work.
we simply leave the place and
No. No one but he.
What?
Until his body turned to dust.
What, sir?
And although there must have been other people about, he wasn't seen to leave. And to me, Everett, that means only one thing. Somewhere in this house lies the key to this mystery.
But we've been here most of the day, sir, and we've found nothing. And it's
Who's
getting
that?
on
Yes.
toward dusk.
Missed
I
that.
know. But until I find some... Oh,
But sorry,
Come on now.
let me help you. The old rug was so badly wrinkled, it's no wonder you tripped.
wait,
All right. Now that I got the bubbles and the
Everett.
dudes drawn,
listen.
I can finish the
Very hollow
background.
floor, I
Oops.
should say.
That
Here.
is supposed to be an
Help me
eraser.
fold this rug back.
Yes, sir.
Here now.
I'm hoping
Look,
to
A
finish
sort of
this
trapdoor.
panel
And fit it
in
the
the,
floor so
I
tight.
believe, 23 minutes that this episode
Yes.
is
And
playing,
this, it looks like a seal around the edge.
which
Why, yes, sir.
I'm not
And a
too
heavy
enthralled
lift
with.
in
This
the-
episode is kind of
Well, then
crappy.
give me a hand. We'll see if
I've
we can
heard
raise
better.
It. Now.
Oh, it's very tight,
Oh,
sir.
there we go.
But the seal is giving way a little. Put everything you have into it now. Ah, good. We made it.
Must have fetid horrid odor coming up out of that place.
Yes. Yes, Evans. Like that in the caves, or the catacombs under St. Michael's.
You mean where all the bodies and...
Yes. Quickly now. The flashlight. Give it to me.
Here, sir.
Now, look down there on the earthen floor below. Do you see? Do you see? The
Earthen
wrists are cut.
floor.
He killed himself.
No, it's he. It's the ghost that we saw.
Use the
Yes,
same
Everett.
angle for this.
The
desk.
body of Jason O'Flynn. And so perfectly preserved as,
Holy crap,
as though
I
he died
apparently
only
can.
moments ago.
Oh, it's horrid.
Until his body turned to dust, he said.
So we know now that we've found it. So please, sir, let's leave this place.
Wait, Evans. Wait. Do you see?
Oh.
Now the fresh air has reached it.
Oh, good Lord.
Yes. The color is leaving the cheeks. The pallor of death is taking its place. And yes, now, at long last, the body will turn to
Fix
dust.
that up.
No longer will Jason O'Flynn walk the night. Requiescat in pace.
I have a feeling that's the end, and that's a stupid ending.
Suspense.
God, it is.
You've been listening to Devil's Stone.
I haven't really.
Starring Christopher Carey
It was a
and
horrible
Neil
episode.
Fitzgerald,
I didn't
and
care
written
for it.
Especially for Suspense by Jonathan Bundy.
Bing. Bong.
Suspense is produced and directed by Fred Hendrickson. Heard in tonight's story were Gilbert Mack, Walter Grisey, Reynold Osborne, and Frank Milano.
Osborne?
Music supervision by Ethel Huber. Sound patterns by Walter Otto. Technical direction by Fred Cusick. Associate Director, Bernie Seabrooks. This is Stuart Metz speaking. Every weekday evening, Chris Schenkel is anchorman for a
Schenkel.
globe-girdling roundup of first-hand reports on sports activities everywhere. Make this your address for worldwide sports every weeknight.
Sports.
He who laughs oftenest hears Arthur Godfrey Time weekdays on the CBS Radio Network.
Oftenest. I don't like the placement of that wood there. All right, so normally I stop when the episode stops, but I am literally almost done with this one, so I am going to go a little bit longer than I normally do. Oops. Gosh darn it. Golly gee willikers. I don't know if that angle is going to work at all. So let's see. Straighten this out. Create an angle from here to here. Yeah, I figured I was going to have to clean that up. Oh, actually, that's pretty darn close. Very darn close. That was a good line right there. All right, let's do this thing. Turn off the snap. Oh, snap. And then I just need to finish that line in the background. Over here. Yeah. This here. And I didn't finish drawing that up there. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Ah, shoot. I still got to do the costumes sign. So turn that off. All right. Costumes. It's just going to be a handwritten sign, so I'm not going to pay attention to what I had done there. See? And then I'm going to make the snap again, because this is just supposed to be like on the Beverly Hillbillies when they make a sign. It's just some made up sign they make that's written in Jethro's 6th grade education handwriting that they use on all their signs. All right. Boy, fix that. Let's connect these first. Not close at all. Holy cow. Hurry up. I'm almost done. One last thing here. Oh, that was wrong. Meh. That's kind of close. And then let's close this one here. There. Not close enough. Let me clean up that line. Turn this off. Eraser. Bam. And then look at the whole thing. See here. Oops. Gotta get rid of some of that excess line here. Okay. Okay. And I think that's everything. See how it looks without the pencil layer? I feel like I should make his eyes bigger, but no, I'm not gonna. All right. So there. Just in the middle of, or just wanted to draw for 30-ish minutes, almost, page from my Bobbert and the Monster book, which this is the 3rd book. It's like the 2nd page of the 3rd book I'm doing. But right now, the very first book is available on Amazon as an ebook. So you can check that out there. I got a link in the description if you want to check it out. Where is my, switch cameras here. There we go. So you can check that out. You can visit my website at tomrayswebsite.com. I have my diary comic on there, and that was it. I just wanted to draw this comic and listen to some old time radio. See you next time.